Curiosidade na Management TV.
My name is Ryan Menlick. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm a senior accounting major. And my question, Mr. Gates, is I received an email a couple weeks back from you, and it said that if I forwarded it to 20 people, I'd get $10,000. I still haven't seen the money yet.
How do you think you got to be #1 on that list?
Yeah, I get a lot of that spam email myself. My favorite was they offered to cover my legal costs for just $1 a month. So I'm trying to track those people down.
No, but in all seriousness, when you were just beginning your career, what sort of things do you think made a big impact in your success? What habits did you develop, and kind of what sort of things could you pass on to us as younger people?
I had one habit that I developed when I was at college that was actually a very bad habit, which was I like to show people that I didn't do any work and that I didn't go to classes and I didn't care. And then at the very last minute, like 2 days before the test, I'd get serious about it. And people thought that was funny. You know, that was my positioning, the guy who did nothing until the last minute. Then when I went into business, that was a really bad habit, and it took me a couple of years to get over that. Nobody praised me because I would do things at the last minute, and I tried to reverse to students I didn't think that highly of, who were always organized and had things done on time. I'm still working on it, but procrastination is not a good habit.
Bill can change clothes in the car. I mean, that's why we don't insure him at Geico, incidentally. But he has a little of that habit left still. But the habits you develop, and I go back to the other thing, is have the right heroes. I mean, I've always been lucky in that respect. And if the people you look up to are going to form your vision of what the world, how you want to be in later life, and well, I'll give you 2 pieces of advice. I'd invest as much in myself as you can. I mean, you're your own biggest asset by far. I mean, you've got all kinds of potential. All the people in this room, you're lucky to be in this country, gotten a good education. But most people go through life using up a very, very small part of their potential. And so anything you do that invests in yourself, that's the best investment you can possibly make. And then I would follow my passion. I mean, whatever turns you on. I was lucky. I found something early that turned me on. But you don't want to take a job just for the money. You don't want to take a job for an organization that you really don't feel good about, or work for people that you don't feel good about. You really want to be excited when you get out of bed every morning. And it won't necessarily be the job that you have 10 years later, but you'll be learning so much as you go along. And I took a job with Ben Graham, my hero, and I never asked the salary, and I found at the end of the month when I got my first paycheck what I was earning, because I just knew it was the right thing to be doing. So I would follow your passion.
My name is Elizabeth Vineyard. I'm a senior marketing major. I guess my question is, hearing about the globalization of business, being a small business owner myself, I wonder how you see that affecting the small business sector.
I don't think most small businesses, as I think of them, I don't think it's going to have that much effect on what you do. I mean, if you're bringing something to your customer that they want at a price that makes sense for them, you're not going to be undercut by whether somebody's doing something in China or India on a small business. I mean, when I think of the small businesses I deal with, they do not have a problem with globalization. If you've got a major textile business or shoe business or furniture business, you're going to be very much affected by what's going on around the world in terms of production costs. So,
yeah, globalization is important to track because it's changing the rules of the game. As Warren said, it doesn't directly affect a small business, because usually the fact that you're there locally doing a very differentiated product means that somebody far away can't do exactly what you do. The biggest change agent in globalization is what's going on in China, where they are, in a sense, even more capitalistic than we are in terms of how they're letting businesses develop and keeping things very efficient. And so I think it's very important, no matter what career everybody here is going into, to look at China as a change agent, think about globalization, and then think about these indirect effects on the opportunities for the companies you work for, I think that will be very important.
Hi, I'm Marissa Pont. I'm a senior management major. Obviously, as a public, what we hear most about are your successful investing in ventures or the new products that you develop that work out. I was just wondering, what would you consider to be the worst investment you've ever made?
The worst investment I ever made? How long do you have? I've made some very bad ones, but that doesn't really bother me. It may bother the shareholders, but that's another question. You're going to make mistakes in life. I mean, there's no question about it. You don't want to make them on the big decisions, who you marry and some things like that. So there's no way I'm going to make a lot of business and investment decisions without making some mistakes. I may try to minimize them. I don't dwell on them at all. I don't look back. The biggest mistakes are the ones that actually don't show up. They're the mistakes of omission rather than commission. We've never lost that much money on any one investment. But it's the things that I knew enough to do that I didn't do. We have missed profits of as much as maybe $10 billion in things that I knew enough to do and I didn't do. Now, the fact I didn't buy Microsoft way back is not a foregone opportunity because I didn't know enough to make that decision. But there have been other investments where I did know enough to make the decision, and for one reason or another, I either didn't do it at all or I did it on a small scale. I was sucking my thumb when I should have been writing checks, basically. And those don't show up. There's no place where it shows missed opportunities, but I've missed some big ones. The triumphs in life are partly triumphs because you know that everything isn't going to be a triumph. I would never get too hung up on mistakes. I know a lot of people that really agonize over them, and it just isn't worth it. I mean, tomorrow's another day, and you live it forward and just go on to the next thing.
I think in Microsoft's case, the biggest mistake is where we miss something that's coming along is going to be huge. And for us, if we get in too early, like the idea of delivering TV over the internet, IPTV, we got in probably 5 years before we needed to. It's just now starting to happen. I don't feel bad about that at all. There's a few things like understanding direction, say the internet search would go, where we go, ooh, we're playing a tiny bit of catch-up on that. Let's work some overtime on this little problem here. People are kind of underestimating our ability to move to the front of the pack there. And we've had that in many cases. We had that when the internet came along and became this big phenomena that we needed to really push the company into that. We had that when IBM broke off its relationship with us and went into competition with us. That was a very big challenge. But we don't want to have anything that comes along, some breakthrough in terms of how software is done, that we haven't gotten the best people in and are putting that together with the work we're doing. So it'd be missing something like that'd be our worst mistake.
Hi, my name is Morel Wax, and I'm a freshman international business major. How much money, as you guys being both billionaires, do you guys carry in your wallet at any given time?
How much we got in our wallet? Well, I can answer that because we're going to go to this evening we're going to get in a poker game. Okay. And it's a $500 buy-in. And so I made very sure that I had at least $500 in my wallet. And I have a little more than that, but I don't carry around a lot of money. Bill?
No, actually, a lot of times it's weird. I don't carry a wallet at all. What I do carry is bridge problems, so that if I get in a line or things are slow, or even when I'm driving, I like to have something mental to work on.
He better have $500 tonight, though.
Yeah. In fact, I brought a little extra, so I'm ready for the game.
As the event nears its end, students ask questions about how they can change the world. And Warren Buffett and Bill Gates offer surprising insight into the true nature of success.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Tompkins. I'm a senior economics major. A lot of us are pursuing higher education because we want to leave the world a better place than the one we found it. And
that's terrific.
As one person at the end of the day who can actually affect tremendous amounts of people and ideas, how do you make your decisions?
You're changing the world every day. I mean, if it's nothing but the children you have, I mean, you are forming their view of the world, and you do it every day. So you are a teacher but with the people around you.